Alright, this is my guide on fishing for TT. I'm going to show you the different ways to level up and how to obtain everything you need to level up. So let's get started. So first things first, you're going to want to head to the job center at Maze Bank, which I'll show you. It's right here in the middle of the city. And you're just going to walk in the blip and select fisherman and you're good to go. Okay, so starting at level 1, you have two options, manual fishing or pot fishing, or you can do both. Now, manual fishing is really slow, but it doesn't require any materials. Pot fishing requires skill tokens. It's one skill token per uh, pot. So if you're just starting out in TT, that might not be viable to you because it's 40 skill tokens each pot round. So let's get started. I'll show you manual fishing first. You're gonna, once you've selected the fisherman job, you're gonna wanna head right over here to the docks to the boat shop. I'll meet you there. Okay, at the watercraft shop, gonna go to boats and you wanna get the most expensive boat you can um, because the space matters a lot. I believe you can get I don't recommend the sailboat. It's slow. You can get up to the Tropic. It holds quite a bit of fish. And just purchase what you can purchase, what you can afford. And after that, there's a boat spawn right over here. And you're just going to want to spawn your boat. And you'll see these icons here. Now, the reason we're not going to the pier is because if you don't have 100 trucking or you don't have any trucking job cards, you can't bring a truck or the speedo van with you because you'd have to switch between the fisher and the trucker job to be able to first of all get the truck there and then start fishing and then put the fish in the truck and so on. So we're gonna just take the boat right over here to this spot. Now, one thing I'll show you on the way is you'll see these smoke you'll see smoke coming out of the ocean. These are called float SAMs. I'm not sure if that's pronounced correctly, but what you do is you go right next to them and you get out of the steering wheel and it'll prompt you to pick it up. And what that does is you get you get pretty good fishing XP from it, and also you get the actual float some or whatever in your inventory, and you can use these to buy skill level tokens. It's 1-to-1 float sam to skill level token. Okay, now that you're at the fishing spot, what you want to do is don't just start fishing right away. You want to get out of the wheel and then press comma on your keyboard, and that's going to anchor your boat so the waves aren't going to throw you around as much and it's not going to take you out of the fishing zone. You're going to fall over a bit from the waves, but it's whatever. So you're just all you got to do is just hit E and you're going to start fishing, and you're going to wait for this bar at the top to appear, and it's going to go back and forth side to side, and right when it gets green you're going to hit E right then, and that's when you catch a fish basically. And just hit E again and just rinse and repeat. Wait for the bar to come up. When it gets green, hit E again. Now, when you start at level 1, you're not going to have one of the fancier gut knives. You're not going to be able to gut any fish until you hit level 6 fishing. And so when you do hit level 6 fishing, you're going to want to open your inventory and select your knife and hit gut fish, and that's going to gut all your fish and you're going to get some fish meat. Now, what the fish meat does is, well, you have a couple options. You can sell the fish meat to players for about 500 each, which is pretty good if you ask me. But you're not gonna. level up that fast if you just sell your fish meat. The second option is you keep it, you put it in your boat, which you can just do by opening the trunk and doing put all. And you can bring this fish over to right here, the fish exporter, uh, and you'll get a lot of XP and quite a few mil from if you have a bunch of fish. Now, before you can do that, well, you could technically take your boat straight right over here once it's full, but what I do recommend is there's a self-storage right here by the beach. You can empty your boat full of fish in there, and it's actually linked to this storage right here. And so, I mean, if you want, you could do several boatloads, and once that's done, you switch to trucker at the job center, and you'd bring your speedo van or truck, whichever you prefer, over here, pick the fish up, and then go export it over here for lots of XP and lots of money. And that's manual fishing for you. All right, now I'm going to show you pot fishing, which you can start at level 1, actually. Um, what you want to do is head over to the fishing shop right over here. One thing to note is it's not open at night in game time, and the only way around that is if you're in a faction, which you should be in if you're not. Uh, Pretty much all factions are going to have the same fishing store in their faction area, and those are open 24/7. So you have the crab pots, which are if you're exporting the fish uh, yourself, that's going to be the way to go. If you're selling the fish, you want to do lobster pots because they give more initial experience. Crab pots give less initial experience but more fish meat. So it's up to you what you're going to pick. So with these pots, there's a limit of 40 that you can put down. There's no way around that. I'm just going to grab one and show you how it works. Now, since I assume you're just starting out, you probably don't have the Cayo Perico bot, which is the best spot for pots. So the next best spot is the Alamo Sea, which is right here, for the reason that there's both self-storage that's linked to land, and you can export fish directly on the lake, ocean, whatever. So at the Alamo Sea, you can spawn a boat, but you can also just hold the B menu and spawn a jet ski, and jet ski is going to be way faster and way more nimble than any of the boats that are available. So putting the pots down is super simple. Just gonna want to go anywhere in the water, open your inventory, select the crab pot, and place, and that's it. Uh, Once you put in 40 pots or however many you want to put down, um, it's gonna say on the bottom left right there how long it takes for them to fully fill up, and that's level dependent. The higher your level is, the longer it takes for them to fill up, and the more crabs or lobsters or whatever are going to be in your pot. It's like an hour is a certain amount, and the higher your level is, the more hours you can have the pots in, and the more stuff's going to be in them. Now, um, you can leave them in there for quite a while after they've filled up. You can leave them up to 24 hours, but after that, the fish in them is going to start to degrade. So you're going to definitely want to collect the pots before 24 hours is up after they're full. And to collect them, you don't want to use your jet ski. You want to actually go to the boat spawner and get a boat, but just for the sake of the example, because there's one and it's not going to have anything in it, I'm just going to use the jet ski. And you just collect it with a button prompt that depends if you're on keyboard or controller. You collect it, and you're going to have raw fish in your inventory, which I don't have because I just put it in, but let's pretend we do. And you again select your gut knife and hit gut fish, and it's going to give you fish meat. What you can do is you can bind a key to gut all fish in your inventory. I'll show you how to do that real quick. What you want to do is search keybinds, go to keybinds in F7, and there's actually already what you need to, there's already one for gutting, I believe. Yep, right here. Guts all fish in player's inventory after pressing. Click expand. And the command is just right here. The default is equals. You can type in whatever key you want. So how to actually bind this, you would Control C, copy that, hit F8, paste it, and hit enter. And that's all you got to do to bind the key to automatically gut your fish. And that's all that there is to pots. Alright, so once you've hit level 30, you can use a reefer to do trawling. And well, what I'm going to say is here, but I'll show you myself so you'll see it visually. Um, I do also recommend the Alamo C for this because, again, you can export directly here or you can store it to sell to other players. Um, the Reefer is a boat you'd buy at the same place you bought one of the smaller boats. You just spawn that. And you can only see these net fishing zone markers when you're actually in either this or the bigger trawler boat. So you're just gonna head right over there. Now, on the map, it's just before you go near it, it's just a single icon there. But once you get near it, a huge area will appear, and literally all you do is you just drive your boat around, and it's as simple as that. And you'll pick up fish automatically. And if you bound your gutting to a key, once you fill up your inventory, you just hit that key, open your trunk, put alt, and rinse and repeat. And every once in a while, I'll open the map a bit, or never mind. Every once in a while, if you look on the bottom left on the mini map, you'll see that yellow blip. Uh, that's like how should I call it? Like a bonus thing for trawler fishing. It's going to be like a small white circle. You drive into it, and you'll get a ton of fish from each of those. So keep an eye out for those yellow blips on the mini map, and absolutely go for them. It's worth it. You just drive through. You don't have to do anything. You just drive your boat through them, and you get a ton of XP. And that's that's all there is to fishing. It's that simple. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments.